Brother, how you doing? Right?
Okay, Grant, how you doing, man?
I'm okay, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm okay, man. I'm okay. You know yourself, trying to get more active on this YouTube thing, and try keep busy. But it is
Keep,
what it is.
keep it moving, as they say. But apologies for the tardiness. Had birthday party, my birthday yesterday of 44, and then
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
we
I think I reached you happy birthday on Facebook, and
you
I sent you a
did,
message. I think, so yeah,
you did absolutely. And then we're doing our loft at the moment,
yeah.
and they put a nail through one of the wires, so our shower was out of bounds. So I was hosing my son and daughter in the garden. So that's why I was running late. I haven't showered yet either myself. So
Ah,
trying to
nah,
push it, try to sort it out.
nah. That's fine, man. Don't worry about it. Don't stress. You're not even late. You're not late. I've been waiting for like there's a few people who wanted to come on, so you're not late at all.
I'm the
But
first.
yeah. The first one here. Uh, it's been a mad few weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm not liking the news about our assistant manager going to one of our main rivals for a title. So I'm not really feeling that. So, but like, what can I say? It wouldn't be the first coach that's moved between clubs or, you know, analysts or whatever. So I guess it is what it is. There's no loyalty in football, right? No honor amongst thieves, as they say.
Yeah, but look, I think I've been telling a few Liverpool fans. I was like, every time when somebody works under Pep, they end up getting a good job. You get my point? They end up getting such a great job. And I'm pretty sure himself he struggled when he left Liverpool, right? And now
Mm-hmm.
he gets a phone call from Pep Guardiola that I want you to be my assistant. I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure they spoke. You know how Pep speaks with Klopp. I bet Pep and Klopp spoke, and I bet Pep also your Pep went and spoke to Pep. Say, is it okay if I go work with Pep Guardiola? I know ourselves as fans, we see it from the outside. We just say traitor, snake. But I bet these three have spoken because Klopp and Pep, the Pep from Man City, they seem to be friends, and it was always us fans who try to make them enemies. I get where you're coming from. I think the issue that people have is the fact that he wrote a book and then he wrote a speech saying him and his kids are scousers. That's all they know. That's the reason why I tell people never make these speeches, never make these promise speeches, because you never know where life can bring you. You
Yeah,
know.
they sell us a dream. That's the problem, right? They make us feel special, and we are the only one that they would ever love. And
Yeah,
then they go, listen, I understand that. I work in the corporate space.
yeah,
You know, people move between competitors all the time. It's not nice. I like to think in football there's some romanticism still left.
yeah,
But the truth is, he's got a family, he's got a career, and I get it. He gets to work for the second best bold manager in the league, uh, currently. So I totally get it. And listen, all banter aside, um, to work firsthand with Pep Guardiola, I would argue is any coach's sort of dream, right? And he's
hmm,
worked with Klopp, who's another great elite coach,
yeah,
and learning from Pep and Klopp, could only strengthen him in his career because this isn't the first time I believe Pep Linders has not succeeded as a manager. So what happened was he left Liverpool the first time, became a manager somewhere, I can't remember where. Then I think got sacked, and then Klopp brought him back to Liverpool. Then he left again because Klopp left, and he got sacked as a manager, and now he's working under Pep. I would say something though, Pat, is like if he gets any more sackings, maybe management isn't for you. You know, not everybody's born. Not you're mute, Pat. Not everybody's born to fly with the birds, right? You
yeah,
can't always be a bird. Sometimes you just
yeah.
have to. be the person that stands and admires the bird, you know, and helps
Yeah.
the bird, feeds the bird. So like he was a great coach for us, great personality, was the fit our ethos. It'll be quite interesting to see how he is under Pep because he was a character, very extrovert, right? While with Pep Guardiola's assistants, you don't really hear them giving interviews. They're really in the shadows behind Pep. So the dynamic will be interesting. But I'm less hurt about like our secrets going to Man City. I think we're quite an open book. Like we let coaches come to our training ground for weeks or whatever. And Man City do this. I don't think there's any of that. So it's just the romanticism of, our intensities, our identity. I'm a Scouser. Well, you shouldn't be going Man City.
Yeah, look, that's what I tell. That's what I said. Even when I was working as a general manager, I used to tell people because when people are leaving, they'll try to flip the finger, say, "Fuck you guys, I'm never coming back." Somebody did do that once, and I kept advising the kids. I was like, "Don't say that." And then one person did it, and guess what? After 3 years, they came back asking for a job, saying, "I need a part-time job as I'm studying." I was like, remember what I told you after you graduated, you will end up maybe going back to college and do something else. Now you're back here. So never make these speeches, But I wanted to
Never
I wanted
burn
to ask,
bridges. Never
yeah,
burn bridges.
never burn bridges or make a speech saying I promise that I'll never do this, I'll never work for another company. Don't, because
Yeah.
you never know, unless maybe you're a certain age, like let's say maybe you're 70 or 80 or some ages, and you're like, you know what, I'm going towards retirement anyway, so it doesn't matter. I wanted to ask you one thing. The other thing people have been telling me is, oh, be careful with Pep, uh, because his play style got us in trouble. But I was like, his play style also, he was there and helped you. He won you the Champions League with his play style. He was there with Klopp.
Nah. Listen,
Is it just
the reason.
saltiness?
Listen, people forget that. I'll tell you why we had problems, right? It was because we had an aging midfield that had been flogged like dogs, right?
Yeah,
Man City are an intense team. Make no mistake about it. Maybe Liverpool have more intensity, more sprints, right? But like the reason why Man City struggled this season is because similarly, your players have been flogged for 4 or 5 years, right? They've gotten older, their legs are getting tired. There's like when Man City lose the ball, they press like animals. Liverpool do the same thing as well. It's not Pep or Pep Liverpool's Pep or your. It's just the top teams press like animals, and our biggest issue was that we didn't identify, we were loyal, we didn't identify to say, listen, the legs are going. We should have done our transition the year before or in that summer, after we went for the quad. We should have, in that summer, looked to replace those legs. We didn't, and it became a problem. Same with Pep Guardiola. Like, your players have done amazing, but like, they've been flogged. And like, Pep Our Pep likes intense football. All the top teams play intense football. PSG play it, City play it, maybe not now because of their legs. Liverpool play it, Arsenal play intense football. Like, yeah, it's a bit of saltiness, to be honest with you.
yeah. So yeah. People are. This is what I was saying. I was like, guys, I think I was speaking to Liverpool fans on our chat. I was like, one of the lads is angry. Three of the lads say he's fine. Who cares? He's a man who has to pay bills and rent, and he says it's Pep Guardiola. It's Man City. He knows that he's gonna get he's gonna get his status bigger. And the thing is, everybody who's learned under Pep has always been shoehorned into bigger jobs. Look at Maleska, given jobs that he obviously couldn't get at a lower. Look at Arteta, given an Arsenal job just because he was brushing toilets for Pep and handling his toilet tissue. I know Arsenal fans will say level-headed Liverpool fan. Wow, big up. Yeah, PK, I sent you a link. PK, you've been asking for a link. There's a link, PK. Where are you? You fraud. You've been asking for a link. Big up to Matthias. Matthias, I was just talking to Cam. Cam, this is Matthias. Obviously, Cam, you're surprised. Matthias, you're surprised that there's a level-headed Liverpool fan who's giving you thing, but though he trolls us on Twitter, so don't get too excited because he's 24 hours trolling us on Twitter. That's his job. That's even how I met him, through him trolling everyone on Twitter. So Matthias,
Today
it
we're
looks like
friends. Tomorrow
yeah,
we're enemies.
yeah, we're enemies. So it looks like Matthias, you fixed your internet. What a miracle!
Nah. I had. Do you know what? I was with BT, yeah, and the service was really bad. The service was really bad, so I had to change it to So BT now is partner with EE, so I had to I got a new deal. BT sought me a new deal with the EE, but the signal was the same. And I was like, yo, no. And I was paying more. I was paying 40 quid a month. They were charging me 37.99. And I was like, no, I'm not paying that because you haven't improved the signal. So I literally had to call them and I was like, no, I want to cancel my contract with you. So I had to ring Sky and get a new deal with Sky. So that's what happened in it.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, that's why you said you're with Sky and you were still fraudulent. This guy's internet was the most fraudulent internet I've ever seen. He would be making a speech and freeze
Project
immediately.
Wi-Fi. Project
Yeah,
Wi-Fi takes time.
yeah. So, but wait, Matthias, I haven't heard from you on the Pep guy coming from Liverpool. Are you excited?
Yeah, definitely. Very excited because we need that sort of changes in the backroom staff. People talking about his ego and whatnot. I want his ego in the backroom. I don't want it someone just to be every time Pep decide a lineup and everyone say yes, Pep. Yeah, I agree, Pep. I want someone in there that actually can challenge the manager. Do you know what I mean? And the way, if you look at Liverpool and the club, the way they were pressing and they work hard, we need that. How many times we've been talking about our pressing this season? How many times we've been talking about our work rate on the pitch this season? Yeah, and if we've got someone that can actually improve and in these two aspects in our game, why not? Who cares if he's got a massive ego? Yeah, because big players they've got big egos as well. Yeah, whether he failed as a manager, I don't care. He's going to be an assistant coach. If he's someone that can actually improve Foden, Rico Lewis, Haaland, Marmoush, Savion, Doku on how to press, how to. If you look at the way Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah when they were playing as inside wingers, and if he's someone that can actually improve the wingers that we got, why not? Why not? It's, I've seen the reaction on the internet. Oh, he's done this and that. Yeah, but that's just rumors. That's what you've heard. It's not like you were there in the dressing room with him, is it? So I'm happy, man. Bring him on.
Yeah, that is true, because at the end of the day, I don't understand why. Look, Tom said it. Look, it hurts because he made a promise in that book saying I'm a Scouser, the kids are Scouser. But you know what, Liverpool fans, give us Jeremy Frimpong because Jeremy Frimpong was at City for 10 years and now he's playing for you guys. So give us back our Jeremy Frimpong. So it is what it is. Let me go to transfer talk because I'm going to ask Cam because I know, Cam, you guys have got one over us for Verts. You got one over Bayern, you got one over us. Can I ask you honestly, Cam? Because I think nobody is salty at City. Yes, some people maybe are salty, I heard. But the thing is, I think yourself as a fan, you also sat there and say, what's going on? Because I genuinely saw Liverpool streamers and Liverpool pages saying, nah, this is Fugazi. This is a lie. This is not us. This cannot be the Liverpool we know. Then as a City fan, at first I was like, nah, there's no way. This is not a Liverpool signing. The funny thing is, in the past, right, Cherky is a Liverpool signing. Verts is a City. No, it's not even a City signing. Verts is a Chelsea signing. That's Chelsea who go and come and just splash a big amount like that when people are looking at somebody. So what do you see? What has changed? I'm surprised. Like, what has changed? I know that you gave us a warning with Caicedo when you tried with the 100 million, and everybody was like, Is that Liverpool with 100 million bid? What do you think has changed? Or maybe Liverpool has been giving us a warning in the background, but they failed with Caicedo. And then Lavia, they wanted to also pay over the odds, but it was too late already. Do you think like, oh, it's been a long time coming, we really deserved something like this? Or you're like, you know what? I think this new Liverpool is going to a certain, because this is not a Liverpool thing, because you have like Szoboszlai. I know he's not very creative, but I think losing Trent is such a big thing. People don't understand. But I'm just saying, look, we're connected with the Wirtz thing. How did you feel that finally your club has landed the biggest attacking midfielder in the world, just like that?
So my honest opinion is as follows, right? One, people forget we broke the record for Virgil van Dijk and Alisson. We are a huge club, but we're not a club that would do what Chelsea does, which is, just spend for spending's sake, right? We're quite a frugal club in that respect. So, we have a value for a player. We have a value for a player. And we will trigger it where we see value in the market. And for whatever reason, we think 130 million euros or 140 million euros is value for this guy. So yes, we don't operate like all the time at that level, but when we have to operate for a game breaker, a game changer, we will. And I think, I read this article a couple of seasons ago. Liverpool don't like doing transfers, big transfers, because the success rates are very, very low, like across the league. Transfers are very risky business, so they'd rather renew contracts and just keep on going and keep on going. But with Trent going, there's a big gap in creativity, and we think that Wirtz is going to come and fill that. So I'll be honest with you, I'm not overly surprised that we're in the discussion for him. I am overly surprised that we're leading the pack, right? Because listen, money's no object for Man City. I know people say Man City work within budgets and so on and so on, and they do, obviously, right? But you cannot tell me Man City stepped away from this because of the package. I'm not having that. They stepped away because, for whatever reason, and I suspect it's because Guardiola is leaving in 2 years, that Wirtz thought my future, there's a better project right now, or a more certain project at Liverpool. If Pep was staying for 4, 5, 6 years, I think it would have been a lot more difficult to get Wirtz at Liverpool, because Pep Guardiola is one of the greatest coaches in the world, and the City project is always an exciting project, from a footballer's perspective. And I said this to my Man City mate, because he was being quite bitter about this, and he was like, "Oh, we're getting is it Cherky or whatever his name is in from Lyon for 25 Cherky for 25, 30 million, right?
Yeah.
And you'll get you're paying 130 million." And I was like, if you're not careful, we'll take him as well. The roles have reversed again, my dog.
Nah, calm down. Come down. Come down. You're not coming with that. That's too much. That would be an insult. That would be personal. That would be very personal.
Have you ever watched that movie with Denzel Washington, the one where he plays Frank Lucas? What's it called? American Gangster.
Yeah, American Gangster, yeah.
And basically, he goes to him. He goes, you want police officers? Do you remember that scene where he goes, you want your own type? And then Russell Crowe goes, I'll take them as well. So if you're not careful, we'll take him as well. So
nah, you ain't taking him. They're moving fast. Have you seen that? I'm about to show another tweet. They're moving so fast. I think they're pissed off now. Have you noticed they're moving so fast? Reinders is done. No, but you know what? Big up to you guys. Like, look, at the end of the day, the game is the game, and I'm happy that teams sometimes have to do this, because there was a point in time where teams were going to Lido You know, they were doing budget signings, and then the budget signings were failing. Do you remember that time when City and Liverpool were going face to face, and the new guys had issues with Van Dijk? Instead of going to find a centre back worth it, you started finding these Lido centre back. Some of them did not even play. Some guy didn't even play. You went and got cut back, whatever his name is, and you just went the other way. And you're like, why are they not showing any guts? So it's good that at least you're doing something. Let me read this comment.
Can I say
Says,
something?
Yeah,
Can I say something very quickly?
Yeah, go.
Do you think Pep and Man City panicked in the winter window, whilst Liverpool?
No, they're saying they did it purposely. They did the interview. They said they knew that they can't buy everybody in summer, so they wanted to buy. I think they wanted to buy sort of the bench in winter, and then apparently they had a list. So in his interview, he said we've had a list for so long, so we went and checked some of the kids. Apparently, the issue we had is, you know, like Kusanov, right? They wanted to wait for him, but they're like, apparently, if they didn't pull the trigger in January, somebody was gonna get him. Because don't forget, people started going after Kusanov. Brighton wanted to go and get him. I think Madrid wanted to get him and loan him out. So there were certain players, apparently, other clubs were started sniffing. So I think they knew that, like Juma Ba, everybody wanted Juma Ba. So they took him fast and sent him on loan. So he says they did that as part of the rebuild. But the main targets, per se, apparently Omar Mamouche is the main target, but they were also panicking because I think you guys were sniffing around for Salah's replacement. So everybody was sniffing around, and then they took him. And you know, to be honest with you,
I disagree with that thing. I disagree. I don't think Verts wanted to play for City. Well, he might was.
No, that's what Cam said. He says he thinks it's just a matter of identity.
See, with the Verts, I think his first option was always Bayern Munich, and Liverpool was his second option. Obviously, Bayern Munich couldn't afford it. Man City was there, but he wasn't. Man City was probably his fourth option if you add the Real Madrid into that mix.
Yeah, because you know what he said. He said Cam says he doesn't believe that it's money. He says that's
it's not money. Listen. If that was money, we were prepared to pay more than what Liverpool offers. Let's face it. He just didn't want to come, and it's fine. Listen, football players, it's like us as fans. We all have our favorite club. It's just normal. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I like what I've seen from Cherky. Is a bargain. If I'm honest, maybe because he's got 1 year left in his contract, I don't know.
Yeah, have you noticed that, Mateus?
Yeah,
I don't know if you have noticed, you know that City have become budget.com. So first of all, Morgan Gibbs-White, he's got almost 1 year left. Next year is expired. And Nori, 2026 expired. Cherky, 2026 expired. That's why I'm telling you, I think they had a plan. They knew that.
I think it's because of the amount of money that we've spent
in January.
And in terms, I think it's because we need to. We let's not forget that we've spent so much money in lawyers this season with the whole Premier League stuff. Yeah, we went into court twice.
We keep forgetting that, isn't it? That we are spending money as
APT rules, sponsorship deals, and whatnot. Them lawyers, they cost loads of money, and our wage bill is big. If you consider the players that we want to get rid of. Calvin Phillips is on 150k a week. Kyle Walker is 180k a week. Ilkay Gundogan is 230k a week. Jack Grealish is 300k a week. John Stones 250.
250.
Yeah. It's a madness, and that one of the things that we have to do as a football club this season is literally reduce that wage bill, and by selling players. Hence, I didn't see that. If you see, I wasn't keen on Verts deal, and I told you.
You. I think out of all the City fan base, do you know what, Cam? Out of all the City fan base, this man didn't want him. You hated him. I don't know. You tell him.
From a talent perspective, Wirtz is arguably. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I watch Wirtz week in, week out. I watched him against Liverpool when we beat them 4-0. I wasn't overly impressed with him. He had good touches, good moments, but we swamped them, and most teams get swamped at Anfield, right? So I'd never judge someone on their performance at Anfield on a European night. but like, he's no doubt one of the best young players in world football at the moment, right?
Yeah,
Statistically,
he is. He is
yeah.
in the list. Yeah.
So, like, I'm surprised that you didn't want him. And I think with Kevin De Bruyne going and Foden dropping off a cliff, and if I don't know what's wrong with Foden, I assume it's something medical. Like, he would have been the guy to come. I'm not listen. Nobody would be Kevin De Bruyne, right? But he would. I would argue say he's probably the closest in quality that you could have got in the market today. So I'm a bit surprised that you wouldn't have gone for it or wanted him. But you know, at the end of the day, football's about opinions, right? And perhaps this player from Lyon will be a better fit. I've watched the Lyon play more than I've watched Wirtz. Silky on the ball, technical, very skillful. But is he going to do the back? Is he going to do the running back? Is he industrious? Because a Pep team, yeah.
I kind of see what you mean, and I can also say the same about Vert. I haven't watched much about Turkey. The reason why I don't want Vert, I didn't want Vert, and I don't want him, is because I didn't like from what I've seen from him. So when we were linked to him heavily, I think that was a month ago. I decided to sit down. I watch a few games. I watched against Bayern. I was watching a few replays. I watched against Bayern Munich, Dortmund, Werder Bremen, Freiburg, and I was watching him, and I genuinely didn't see £100 million player in him. He's got a good touches, and he's got moments in this game, but his overall performance sometimes is just lacking. I know he's a bit young, don't get me wrong. He's still got a lot of rooms to improve. And I watched City this season, and I was like, he's not what we need right now. Maybe he can be a player that we're going to need in the future. But right now, for the way our midfield is so malfunction, he's not going to solve anything. He might add a bit of creativity in the final third. However, we've been overrun in midfield. There's not literally a dirty player that can actually stop that, just putting tackles in. And to go up there,
Rodri's coming back.
Rodri's coming back, but we all hope, after being a year out, we all hope it's the same with Phil Foden. Just hope that they can get back in form. Nothing's guaranteed. Do you know what I mean?
Can I just say a couple of things? I totally hear you. I think your points are fair, but I think the sample size you're looking at is probably not fair on Wirtz. And listen, I'm going to defend him because he's going to be a Liverpool. If I find out he's not a Liverpool player, then I'm going to be like, you were right.
No,
yeah. But hear me out.
I think he might be a decent player in the future, but I don't think he was what Man City need. That's why I was a bit skeptical.
I think with Kevin De Bruyne leaving, he would have been exactly what you needed. But hear me out, right? Two things to note. Two things. You know Man City better. So I don't want to tell you what you need, and don't you know better. Two things. One, he's won German Player of the Year 2 years running now, right? 2 years running, and that's in a league with Bayern Munich, who've just won the league, right? So there's that consideration that I think you should be aware, you should be cognizant of.
Yeah, but Kai Havertz also won German Player of the Year.
Sure, I'm talking about 2 years running, but I take your point.
No, he didn't win this year.
He did.
Harry Kane did.
No, Wirtz won it this year.
I'm pretty sure it's Harry Kane.
Can we go to VAR for that, please? Can someone go to VAR? Wait. Second point is, you're right. After the new year, Wirtz's form, as I understand it, dropped, and I think that coincided with
it's
the club knowing that Bayern Munich
was it Wirtz this season?
Yeah, it was Wirtz. Yeah.
So my headphones have gone. Hold on for a second. Sorry.
No, it was Wirtz.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you. Yeah.
I think his headphones are gone. Headphones are gone.
Sorry, my headphones are just audio.
VAR concludes stick with the original bias decision. There's a question for you here. When he gets back, that's saying what stops Liverpool from spending big every season? Yeah, that's what I asked him earlier on. I was like, why don't you guys always go ham in the market? Can I ask something? There's people. Have you seen Mateus? Every time we talk about number 10s, people always rate that number 10 from Turkey who plays for Madrid.
Who plays for what?
The one who plays for Madrid. You know him.
Real Madrid.
There's a Madrid player. He's always on the bench, but he's a number 10. He's from Turkey.
Oh, Adem Gule.
Yeah. Why? If he's that rated by, because every time you talk about number 10s, people put him out there. Why does Madrid stick him on the bench and they're looking for a number 10? Maybe Alonso will play him.
I think it's because obviously the players.
You guys hear me by the
at the moment.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. There's a question for you here, Kav. I don't know if you can see.
What stops Liverpool from spending big every season? I mean, we buy as we need. I mean, listen, I'm a Liverpool fan, right? And there's nothing like the transfer dopamine that hits when you do a big transfer. But Man City are moving. Man City are moving in the same way. I think the big clubs like Liverpool, Man City that have very good squads and very good teams, I don't think they need to buy big every single season. The money's there. When we need to buy a game breaker or a game changer, Liverpool does it. And I know Man City will do it as well. But we're not going to do what Chelsea does, which is just spend money for the sake of spending money. That's just not the way we operate, right? We're a club that's run by data scientists, so analysis. We put values, we look for value in our deals, and so on and so forth. So listen, are we ever going to outspend Man City if we just took all of our shackles off and said, let's just go? No, we're not Man City rich, but we're smart with our money and we spend when we have to spend.
For me, the spending thing is a lot of bollocks. If you're a top club and you want to keep being at the top, you just have to spend it. I don't genuinely care how much Liverpool spend. All these social media, they act in tight budget. Now they're spending. Who cares? They won the league. Yeah, let them go out there and spend it. If they're going out there and spend 140 million pounds on a striker, so be it. It's their money. It's not yours. Do you know what I mean? It's pathetic. Yeah, the Liverpool has billionaire owners. Yeah, they're allowed. Let them spend it. Yeah, the problem is, when people criticize Man City, I tell them the same. You've got billionaire owners. Go knocking on their door. Why are you moaning about Man City for? Do you know what I mean? It's pathetic. Honestly, yeah. If they're spending 128 million, 138 million pounds on vets, who cares? Who cares? If they spend 85 million on fucking what's his name? That guy from Uruguay, the striker who can't fucking hit, who can't score in the brothel.
Oh, that one is an agenda, because you know why it's an agenda? It's an agenda because
they spend a lot of money. Yeah, the transfer didn't work. They were gonna sell him.
Mateus, that's our personal agenda, because they wanted to make him look better than Haaland after.
He's garbage. He's shit.
He's garbage. Okay, can I ask a question here for you, Mateus? Who's more garbage, Højlund or Nunes? Who's the worst?
Fuck me. Oh my days.
I think Højlund is worse. I think Højlund. No, it's similar. It's close. No, it's not close. Close.
I haven't seen Højlund missing an open net. And I've seen Nunes.
Højlund is horrible. Højlund
is garbage, man.
Højlund is my god. No, I've never seen.
They both crap. There's no worse.
Listen, Højlund's all-round play is subpar. Nunes' all-round play isn't too bad. He presses hard.
He's good off the ball.
Yeah, but
he doesn't score the goal. I take your point. I'm not here defending Nunes, right? Like I remember when Nunes and Haaland joined. Pat was saying that Haaland is the what's it called, the white Lukaku, and I was like, no, Haaland's going to be great. Nunes. I'm joking.
It was you who said that. Look at him. He's trying to flip it on me. He's the one who said it. He's the one who said it. I remember that was your narrative. You kept on saying this is the white Lukaku. Do you know what's funny about Haaland? It's like it was just inevitable. We all knew that this guy is so inevitable. He just, even if he doesn't look taky on the ball, doesn't look great, but he looked great at Dortmund. I loved Haaland at Dortmund.
Remember,
he's improved Man City.
Remember the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, he did.
Cup. Remember the Community Shield when we played Liverpool and he had that miss? Remember
That's what I'm saying. That's where they hate stats.
No. Yeah. Remember what
Charity Shield.
No, remember what Eddie Sheeran said. Yeah, and even what's his name? I forgot his name. Also mentioned he was a striker. He said that people are talking about his miss. Yeah. But look at his movement.
Alan, the guy, Alan Shearer.
Alan Shearer said, but look at his movement. If he keeps making that movement in the Premier League, he will bang 30 goals. What happened that season? Bang, bang, bang. So the striking movement was there. When people talk about striker, everyone talk about his overall play, linking up play. Yeah, we've done that with Gabriel Jesus. He never worked in the Champions League to the point where we played Gundo up front. We never won the Champions League. Pep Guardiola went to the market. Yeah, fuck this bullshit. This working hard striker. I want a number 9 who can just stick up front, put the ball in, and he will score. And what happened when we bought him the number 9? He never changed his philosophy. He changed the way he played with Alvarez on the pitch. But when Alvarez was playing up front, he reversed back to this dropping deep and whatnot. Like being more involved in the play with Alvarez. If you remember when we played Liverpool, when we slapped them 4-1, Alvarez was up front. The attacker was fluid. But when we had Haaland, it was Edison, bumped the ball long. KDB got the ball, bang. Haaland's make the run. So we had two types of playing, depending on the striker we had up front. That's the striker that you need. When I see Arsenal going for Sesko, you've tried Kai Havertz, you've tried Jesus, it didn't work. Just go get a gunman.
Yeah,
and
that is the future.
Future.
No, I'm talking about that the Jokeres and them, man. They are like the future. Sesko is more of I hear it's more of link-up play and stuff, apparently.
Yeah, but you've got that with Kai Havertz already. Why do you need the 6'5" Kai Havertz? You've got a 6'4" Kai Havertz.
Do you think they're going to maybe tell him to just, instead of doing how Haaland at Dortmund was moving a lot, dropping deep, going 1-2s? Do you think maybe he just wants to tell Sesko?
I hate when Haaland drops deep. Why is he dropping deep for? You're a striker. Stay in the box, waiting for the ball to come. All this thing. See, this is social media thing. This is Sky Sports virus being infested in football fans' brain. That striker needs to drop deep like Harry Kane. Sometimes he plays DM. Why? Yeah, stay in the box. Yeah, let the DM do their job. Let the midfield do their job, and let the wingers do their job. You stay in the box. They'll wait for the ball. And when the ball lands in your feet, put it in the back of the net. That's your job as a striker. See, football is very simple. Even when you go and play 5-a-side, who's going to be in the defense? I'll be in the defense. Who's going to be in the attack? I'll be in the attack. None of this, oh my God. No. Stay there. Wait for the ball. When the ball lands onto your feet, bang it. It's football. It's very simple. See, these managers, they like to make things very complicated these days. It's pathetic. All these
guys. You see, that's why Slot slapped people this season. You know why? Because if you look at the Liverpool, it was just simple. It was simple football.
Yeah, none of this will do.
I was like, this is just simple football. Slot is not even doing tactics.
Fullbacks going to midfield. What for? Keep it simple.
I thought it's
simple passes.
It's too much. Do you know KDB once said that when Pep Guardiola was doing this is they asked him in an interview and said, KDB, what does that mean? It's like, I don't know. Pep Guardiola is too dramatic. Come, somebody says, do you attend Liverpool games? Is Cam still with us? Or lost?
I went to one game this season. I went to West Ham, Liverpool.
Oh, okay, grand. So there's your answer, Anthony. Says, catch you later. I'm going to sleep. Big up to you, yours truly. I mean, you're in America or somewhere. Smash likes and subscribe. Devils United, big up to you, man. Hope you're well. Big up, Patrick. Hope you're well, mate. How are you doing, Pat? I am doing well. I just woke up this morning to talk to people about football. Says big up, Patrick, guests and chat. Yeah, Darwin Nunes, the Darwin Nunes, not our Nunes. Darwin, big up, Patrick. People say Hoyland. If you can afford a Porsche, why drive a Mini? If City can spend big, then do it. Look, at the end of the day, I get what you mean by the whole Chelsea. I think he's a Chelsea fan, maybe. I think so. Like, look, you wouldn't call Turkey a Mini? I don't know if you call Turkey a Mini. I think that's what he's trying to say. That why you drive a Mini. But here's the news for Turkey. Man City are set to submit their opening bid for Ryan Turkey next week. The plan is to actually for Turkey and try get Tijani Reinders deal sealed in the upcoming days. So
why next week? Why cannot do it today? What are they doing today?
Talking.
We are the only Premier League club with 2 sporting directors, yeah, both on 150k a year. What are they doing? Why?
Do you mean the 2 directors? Instead of the 2 directors working together, they should split and go and do the.
It's your target. You go negotiate with that. You negotiate with that. Go and pay the money. Why is it next week?
I wouldn't be surprised if you see them. They don't work weekends, do they? This is
with the Man City. Yeah, with the Man City, 1 week they talking, they showing high level interest in our list, concrete talking. The following week, are we planning to make a bid? We'll bid next week. Oh, we bid this week. We got rejected because they want 5 million more. Then the following week, we increased that 5 million. Yeah, and then oh my God, everything is accepted. The whole transfer window for one player, Man City, takes 5 weeks. Why? Why? What are they doing? It's 2 sporting directors. How can deals take 4 weeks? I'm pretty sure you don't need to talk to a club for the entire week. Yeah, 1 Zoom call. This is what we want. This is the terms. Okay, you happy with that? Yes. Oh, you're not happy with that? Okay. No, let's talk tomorrow. Oh no, we can't talk tomorrow. Let's talk next week, because the week after is when you're gonna put a bid. So we need to actually delay one. What are we doing? Honestly.
you made me laugh. You know, you just made me laugh. What are you doing this weekend? But you're right. No. I'm pretty sure football directors can work during the weekend. They can be off during the weekday if they want. Be off on a Tuesday. If you want, if you're close,
nothing happened on Monday. Why not working on a Saturday?
I get what Matthias is saying. I think you're right, because if you really want to close the deal, why don't you close the deal during the weekend then? I in the past, City used to close deals during the weekend before. They'll close it.
Do you know why? Do you know why this is all happening, Patrick? Yeah. Everything is done by design. Yeah. The whole transfer window in this country is done by design. Everything needs to be dramatic. Everything needs to be a drama, excitement. Oh my God, look, next week we're gonna do this. So every single one, we kind of start looking forward for next week. Yeah. Talks are ongoing. 1 week you hear talks are ongoing. It's not going to be a long saga. Vert to Liverpool. Liverpool doesn't want a long saga. You said that 2 weeks ago. How is that not a long saga? Do you know what I mean? Everything is done by design. Yeah, these journalists, they know what they're doing. Yeah, they literally drag one deal all for the entire month. Oh my, here we go. Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. Should have been done 4 weeks ago. What are we doing? 2 sporting directors, and we're planning to submit a bid next week. Okay, how come why don't you tell us when next week? Is it next week Monday, or next week Friday or Saturday? Huh? Because next week, a week has 7 days. Is it going to be next week Monday or Saturday? You tell me, Paddy.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
go on, man.
I
Yeah, go on. What are you saying, bro?
I don't know, man. How you doing, Hong? Hong, what do you think of Matthias's what you could again take saying that why are they not just pulling the trigger?
For me, I can definitely see from his view why, but I think it's, I'd like to think they want to get the agreement from the player first, and like the little details involved, like wages, bonuses, what they will, what they can achieve.
Yeah,
What they can achieve.
Fabrizio Romano told us that personal deals is not going to be a problem.
I think it's just even though Leon, they know have to sell, but I think they still want to be respected and not be taken for mugs. I think if you remember, do you remember Dortmund tried to buy Cherky in January? I think Fulham tried to were inquiring about it as well, but then Cherky made the decision to stay at Lyon until the end of the season. And I believe they wanted. I believe, if I'm correct, Dortmund wanted to take him in January for around 30 million euros, something like that. And then
they did. PSG also were after him.
Yeah, PSG were after him, but it doesn't make any sense for PSG to go after Cherky when they're far too much stacked in his position already. So I don't understand that personally. But also I was gonna say that this would be typical Dortmund if they got Cherky for 30 million euros and they'll set him for 110 million euros the next season. I mean, if you want proof of that, they signed Dembele for Rennes for I think similar price, and they sold him to Barcelona for 120 million euros the following season. So I think I know Dortmund were looking for that, but I think with Cherky, I think I like to think he'll get done, but I think we have to be patient. But I think they're looking to get Reinders over the line first.
Yeah,
and after that, Cherky will go. Cherky
with
will happen.
with the Rangers, they they discussing about 5 mil.
5 million.
They're discussing about £5 million.
Well, euros or pounds?
Well,
Euros,
I think it's
euros.
I think it's euros. Yeah.
Yeah, euros. Yeah, they
Hey,
want.
it was a 5 million euros.
Wait, but what's the funny thing? They said they agreed at 70.
Yeah, but
Cherky
was supposed to be £23 million. Then it was it's 28. Then now it's 33. Why? Okay, forget about this. Going out in table, put 40 million in the table. You've agreed personal terms. Yeah, this is 40 million. Other clubs are only offering 25. I'm giving you 40. Give me the player. If they turn around and say no, yeah, cool. At least we know it.
Yeah, and then know what to do later on. Of course, I think there's a little bit of patience.
Because Khaldun came in his interview and said, I expect to have a squad ready for the Club World Cup. That's it within 15 days. And we're telling us that we're going to submit a bid next week. Is it next week Monday, in 2 days, or next week Saturday?
Like you said, it's planned. They're just not giving you a specific date just to mislead, to not mislead the fans and disappoint them, if that makes correct. Fabrizio has a brand to protect, and he's got his contacts with the agents of the players that the agents work with.
Yeah, he's playing safe, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said, and obviously the same not only with him, but Leon as well. The thing is, I'll be honest with you guys, I'll hold my L on this one, but I said it online, I said it on Martin as well. I said I was gutted about missing out on Wirtz, and I felt, for me personally, like I was so gutted. But to counter that, when the opportunity of Cherky came up, with the ability that he has and the price tag he is on, I think it just proves that maybe the club knew what they're doing all along. Also, the fact that I like to think that they were pressing Wirtz for an answer straight away. Do you want to join us? Yes or no? If not, we can go ahead, because of course the Club World Cup. With Liverpool, it's a different situation because Liverpool are not in the Club World Cup, so that's why they can take their time and meet this a certain deadline as well. I know talks are still ongoing. We're going to. I think they're paying 120 million.
Wait, I thought Liverpool is in the Club World Cup. Are they not?
No, they're not. They're not. It's just Chelsea and Man City are representing England.
Is Barcelona in there?
Barcelona are not in there.
Right. Okay. Who's from Spain is there?
Real Madrid and the two Madrid teams.
Is PSG there?
Huh?
Why is Atletico in there? Not.
I really don't know personally. I don't know what the requirements for them to enter personally, but I just know Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid are in there.
Because Liverpool won the Champions League 6 years ago.
Yeah. I think because Chelsea entered because they won it in 2021, and of course City won it in 23. That's why
They're saying based on performance in the 5 years. I don't know.
probably something
There's
like it
some
has to
rule.
be something like that as well. So, and then if you talk about other European teams that are in the Club World Cup,
Yeah,
you
but
got
if it's based on performance the last 5 years, Chelsea haven't been in the Champions League for 2 seasons or 3 seasons,
yeah,
and Liverpool only missed out in the Champions League once with the club when they were in the Europa League, I think.
yeah. I
It's
don't
a
know
bit
personally.
weird.
Like, yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
I haven't.
guys in the comments, who knows about these rules? Just this Club World
I
Cup.
personally don't know.
Who was selected and why were people selected?
I pretty much don't know. I mean, what I do know is that Chelsea qualified because they won the they won the Champions League 2021, and we qualified because we won it in 2023. I think Real Madrid the same thing as well when they won it last year, if I'm correct. I'm
Yeah,
not too sure why Atletico Madrid qualified because I can't answer that, I'm afraid. And I just know
yeah.
like
Unless
other
Madrid
European
never
teams.
won it.
Huh?
They never won it. They
No,
haven't been to
Atletico.
a
I'm saying Real
final.
Madrid. Yeah, but I don't know
Yeah,
why Atletico Madrid are in
Atletico
it
Madrid
personally.
haven't been to a final since 2016.
Yeah, and
That
if
was
I'm
9 years
correct,
ago.
yeah, I think the last European final was in 2018 when they beat Marseille 3-0 in the Europa League final. That's the last European final they competed in. And I was going to say, yeah, Inter are in it as well, and Juventus are in it. Trying to think, and Porto are in it, and Salzburg are in it as well. So,
Juventus, really?
sorry,
Juventus is
yeah, yeah, Juventus are in it, and Inter in it, and Salzburg are in it. Bayern Munich are in it as well. So, and Borussia Dortmund as well. Sorry, before I forget. Yeah.
So the past 5 winners and the best coefficient based in the past 5 years, not including already qualified UCL winners. The last 5 UCL winners selected. That's all I know, to be honest. It's really made up. Let's be honest. I don't know. So Juventus, why is Juventus there then? I think that's what people ask.
I would love to answer that for you, Patrick, but I personally don't know why. Maybe I like.
There's an answer here.
It's probably it's definitely coefficient based, so based on how they perform.
Coefficient based. Yeah, everything is coefficient based. Big up to you, Paddy. Big up to you.
So, and Khaldoon said in his interview they're going there to win it. So
wait. Are you now with, because we are Khaldoon said we are the defending champs, right?
Yeah, of course, because we did win the Club World Cup, but Real Madrid won, as they say, something about the Inter something club. It's like a club version of the Finalissima, if I'm correct. So technically we are still the defending Club World Cup champions, but now it's expanded with the new trophy. Khaldoon said in his interview, "I want to win it," and so I think we're definitely. Well, I like to think the first 2 games against Al Ain and Wydad Casablanca. I like to think the 2 teams from there is probably where Pep will probably experiment with the young guys. And I think the Juventus will probably play the full team as well. Just depends.
I think you can only take 20 players.
No, you can take. I think apparently 35, if I'm correct.
Is it 35?
35 players.
I thought it was way smaller.
Yeah, it's smaller than that. But yeah, I think it's going to be a mixture of like the full team, but of course some of the academy guys will go. So you're definitely going to see. I know, obviously O'Reilly will definitely be there 100%. McAtee's not there sadly because he's just got called up to the under 21 Euro camp, but that also means that he's likely to leave as well. So
Is it?
Yeah. I think he's likely to.
That's a rumor. Apparently, there's a green light of 25 million, and so the city.
I think McAtee's like. I think the fact that McAtee decided to go to the under 21 Euro training camp rather than go to with cities to the Club World Cup, I think that signals me he's likely to leave. Sadly, I don't think for me like he's making the most of the chances that he was given this season, and I feel like in defense, I know Nico Rari, I would say he made the most of the chances he's got, and that's probably the reason why he will stay next season rather than McAtee staying as well.
You would be a very good politician. Just say he's not good enough. He's been crap. He's not good enough to play for City.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that, Matthias. So I was actually I agree. But thank you very much. Yes.
He's trying to dodge the answer. Politicians do
I know.
that.
But what I said was true. Nico Riley made the most of
No,
his
it's true.
chances,
Yeah, it's true.
and McAtee sadly hasn't. I don't see he's
No.
not. I feel like he's pretty much a ghost in the games he was being given. I'm afraid. So I
Yeah.
just got to be honest like that. And I feel like
And you don't notice that he's on the pitch, really, do you?
no, personally, because whenever I've seen him live, I just feel there's just sometimes I feel like he's just walking around, jogging, just staying in position and shape. But I don't feel like he's like someone just making things happen. From what I've seen, when I've seen him on TV and when I've seen him live,
he's supposed to be a creative midfielder, isn't it? So he is.
Yes, and that is correct. But I just don't feel Pep. I don't think Pep views him as someone that's gonna be part of his plans moving forward. So that's why with Nico Riley.
I think Pep likes him because of the way he attacks the box, the way he's always in there. He's got a good sense of goal, like when he's in the box. Pep even explained that during his press conference.
Yeah.
However, his overall play is not there. If you look at like players, like for example, I know it's like you can't compare the two. Gundo also has a good sense of, he smells goals. The way he arrived in the box and he speak. However, when Gundo was asked to do a job in midfield, he could have done it. He literally, he controls the tempo in midfield. He knows when to attack the box, but he also knows when to control the tempo of the game in terms of being there in the build-up of play next to Rodri, or even dropping deeper sometimes. And when we are in the attack, Gundo knows where to go in order to score a goal. With McAtee, it's a bit different. We don't see that his overall play at times he just lacks.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't contribute outside the goal
scoring. Yeah, he doesn't.
Because like it feels like he's just floating in and walking around the pitch. I mean, I feel like I saw him live, and I thought, nah, he's definitely not going to make it. I just felt like that was the feeling I got from watching him live, and I just felt Nico Riley. Like, yep, you definitely. Because when I attended the semi-final against Nottingham Forest, and I felt Nico Riley made the most of it, and he almost scored a goal. Yeah. And I think against Everton as well, when he made the decision to go forward and make sure we got the opening goal as well. So I think that's why Viana thought, yep, I'm keeping this guy as well. Speaking of Hugo Viana, I think I do need to give him the respect and he deserves for cleaning house, both in the coaching staff and in the playing squad as well. So I have to give him credit for that. But of course, still remains to be seen. Of course,
I'm not giving him credit just yet.
Yeah, I think from the coaching staff side, I'll give him credit for that.
The backroom staff, we talking about that a few weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
And where we were like, right, okay, we need to freshen up the backroom staff in terms of the goalkeeping coach. Is not acceptable. It's okay to have one goalkeeper drop, like their form drop in the season, but both goalkeepers is not acceptable. Yeah. And you look at the way we defend set pieces this season, Brighton and Bournemouth away, it's shocking. Yeah. Who is the set piece coach in this team? Yeah. Defensively, all over the place, all over the gaff. It's like 5 kids in the playground at the times. We can't defend. Literally, yeah. When we don't have the ball, we look all over the place. It's so easy to play against us. One ball through the middle, bang. We done. And be told like, no. Backroom staff, yeah. Even sometimes team selection. How many times we've sat down, yeah, an hour before kickoff, the team news drops, and 90% of the fan base is asking, what the fuck is that? Yeah, where is X, Y, and Z? Why is Malmushin on the bench? And literally, yeah, no one in that backroom staff, yeah, actually questioning Pep, why are you putting this lineup out?
Yeah.
No one.
I like to think, yes. Sorry to make.
Let me make this announcement, guys. There's about 206 of you watching. Only 39 likes. Put the likes up, guys. Put the likes up. We are now farming likes these days. Yesterday you did very well. You did almost 200. That's a world record for you guys on this chat. This chat is greedy with likes. So yesterday you did a world record of 200 likes on the show with Hamza, but we were pushing you. But 39 likes, that's bad. That's poor. 39 likes, that's poor. You know what? Get the likes to 50, and then we'll play the Hamza video again. We'll play the shameless Hamza video we played yesterday. So get the likes to 50. Huh?
Yeah.
I didn't
Were you
watch
watching
the
the
stream.
stream? Oh, you
No,
didn't watch
no.
the stream. The stream was mad.
I-
There's,
I was
you know
watching.
what?
I was
Matthias,
watching with you and Kel.
Yeah,
So
Matthias,
you
you better start your Matthias, you better start your job of clipping some of these things. Yesterday, Hamza did some generational stuff. There was dancing, he danced, and then there was a moment in time. I remember I was keeping it in my head, Hong, as he's doing it. At around 45 minutes, he did the socks. He said Verts has socks like this. You don't trust somebody. In Africa, you don't trust somebody with socks like this. It was mad. Then he went and got his inhaler to make an example for Liverpool. He brought in his inhalers. What's going on? He brought the whole full inhaler with the whole pipe. But guys, get them to 50. Get the likes
I
to
was like,
50. That 41. Get them
yeah.
to 50. We play the Hamza video again. The
Yeah,
shameless
of
Hamza
course.
video.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
but
say
go
to you,
ahead,
like,
Hong. Go ahead.
I was gonna say to you about, like, I agree with everything, like backroom stuff. I think I spoke to you about. I think both. I spoke to you, Mateus, and Patrick privately about backroom stuff, right? And I was like, I don't know what the flip Juan Marlilo offers, Inigo Dominguez, Carlos Vicen offers, but I feel like Viana, like if
Bro,
Viana's that
Juan,
dead.
sorry to cut you off here. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, I mentioned João Lilo. Yeah, that was September 2024. I put a tweet out about this guy, João Lilo, and how he's setting up this team defensively. Even last season, how he sets up the team defensively. And I got ridiculed in the comments, and I got people blocking me. Fast forward 9 months. Oh my God, John Lilo's gone. Look at the way we were playing defensively. Oh, I just said that 9 months ago.
You were
And-
speaking the truth. You knew what you would. You knew what you were saying. I feel like, I mean, like the thing is, like I know Juan Marlilo, like I know he's like very close with Pep and he's trying to help him out. But I feel like with someone like Pep Linders there, like I mean, Pep Linders, he will like if Pep does a lineup, I guarantee you Pep Linders will like, excuse me, but what, this is the lineup you want to put up against this team or that team? It
Yeah.
depends on opposition. It's like no. You have to put this guy in, this guy in, or this guy in. Trust me, this will work. His attribute is perfect for us to counter someone like, so and so, if that makes sense.
How many
Mateus.
times we were every time we consider goal, you look at what Pep does. Every time we consider goal, he goes straight on the bench. He sat down and he literally just shouting with Juan Lilo
Like seriously, are you trying to what
every time.
Yeah, every
especially when
time.
they're considering
So
set
with
piece.
Pep Linders, I think he will not. He would just not accept. He would just not accept certain things. Like he'll voice his opinion, but of course he accept. He will look. Pep makes the final decisions on who he selects. That's actually fine. But Pep will Linders be there to challenge him, keep you on his toes, say no, that cannot work. And of course, with the likes of Kolo Toure coming in, I think he's there probably maybe to like maybe hopefully improve the defensive side as well, if that's the case, if he's going to join as well.
I'm gonna do a research and see what sort of you know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a research and see what these backroom staff people are specialists at, because I want to see the guys coming from the academy. I want to see Koro what he's special at, because Koro every time he was in the team with Brendan Rodgers, they won something. At Leicester, they won the cup. At Celtic, they won. They were very good defensively, very good defensive record. He says, "What is the ideal starting 11 for you guys in the first game?"
Let me just. I've got a question from Jerry. Jerry said that he asked me what would Viana make that would make myself give more credit to him.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I want the MO this season is to get players out.
Yeah,
Clean that.
Is to get players out. I don't think. Yes, we want new players in, but we need to get players out massively. We've got Calvin Phillips on 150k. We've got Kyle Walker with 1 year left. Whether they're planning to send him out on loan again, or whether they just have to buy him out of his contract, mutual termination, pay his compensation, and go. Yeah, we've got Stones, which we haven't seen him since
Real Madrid. Real Madrid away.
Real Madrid, yeah. And before Real Madrid, when was the last time we saw him?
Was Real Madrid at home.
He played both games.
Yeah, he played both games. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, not good enough. Not good enough.
And I would say not only him. It's just obviously with Gundogan. Yes, I know he signed an extension, but of course there's murmurs and whispers on Galatasaray. Not only him, but Bernardo Silva as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully they take them, to be honest.
We have to look at the defense. We currently have 9 center halves. what we're doing with them is is there any way? Is there any plan to cash in on Akanji, for example? Because let's face it, with Kusanov in there, you won't be able to keep him in his gaff for the entire season. At some point, he's going to have to play a football match.
Even Victor has to play.
Reyes, what are you going to do with him?
Yeah. Sooner or later, like they'll bang on the office of they'll bang on the manager's door, thinking, okay, why are you playing him and not me? Because did you see what he did and all that and things like that? That makes sense. And I think
that's what you're right about that. Like these kids don't stay quiet for long. That's why
they won't.
Did not stay quiet for long.
I'm pretty sure Husanov, like he accepts that he's not playing because of him. But I think when the season starts, especially with the Club World Cup, I think if you look at the week Husanov had, Husanov just recently got married. The following day, he's with the Uzbekistan national team to making sure they get ready for their match against the United Arab Emirates away. So all they need is a draw, and they're in the World Cup next year. So Husanov's fully laser focused. And after that, after the World Cup qualifiers, he's coming back to City to get ready for the Club World Cup because I think he's going to show the desire to want to play, and I think he'll make the most of the Club World Cup.
So talking about that Club World Cup thing, right? I'm going to answer that question. Our ideal lineup for us is in the first games. The first games are not all that tricky. They're against teams that people like Kusanov, as you're saying, Victor Reis, who's South American, played against a South American team. I think he's more than capable. Then we're talking about players like Echeverri, isn't it? Playing against South American teams, he's more than capable. So those are the lineups you want to see. In those first games, we don't really want to see Haaland. Do we? No, we don't. We don't want to see Haaland.
No,
those games. We want to see Haaland against Juventus and them. And then there's another question. He says, now is can offload Philip? Yeah, we can offload Phillips. Yeah.
I think we will because it's getting to a point. Look, Calvin Phillips knows himself.
Okay, how are you going to offload? But how are you going to offload him, Hung? Sorry, how are you going to offload him if he's injured?
That's a good question as well. So I think, they're gonna have to speak to his agent and speak to him and Bell's to him because he knows he's not gonna put on the shirt again, Patrick. He knows he won't see the pitch again. So they're gonna have to meet somewhere in the middle and see what's the best one. No, definitely not another loan. Man City don't want definitely the club.
How many years does he have left in his contract? He was given a 6-year contract. So how long has he been with us?
20. He's been with us. He's been over 3 years now. He's got 3 years left in his contract till 2028.
3 years left.
Yeah,
I don't
2028.
know. I think we can still sell him.
I mean, I have no idea who made the decision to give Calvin Phillips a 6-year contract, 150k a week for someone that's just going to be a backup to Rodri. I have no idea who. I can understand why, maybe because he won England Player of the Year, but to Leeds helping to save them relegation. Yeah, I get that, but I just felt like I agree with what Kelks has said. He was totally misprofiled, and he just doesn't think quick enough to play in a Pep team. And
that is true.
It just basically he's a square peg in a round hole, and he just looks so lost whenever he played. He just doesn't know what to do. So I just think listen,
somebody will take him. Somebody would eventually. Sunderland or some of the teams down there. That is true quality.
Gotta cut. You may have to cut your losses, take an L. I mean, look, whatever Leeds offer for Calvin Phillips, just take it and move him on. That's it.
Yeah, just take it. So Cheeky Bagestein say, I'll answer your question because we've just reached 50 likes, and we say we're gonna play the. Yeah, so we've just reached the 50 likes. Now let's play the Hamza video. This was Hamza yesterday.
We got Pep Linders. He knows everything about Liverpool. We got Pep Linders. He knows everything about Liverpool. We got Pep Linders. Mwah. I love this game.
This guy is shameless.
That's a dirty game out there. Let's go. It's a dirty game. Let's go. Bands for bands. We go for bands, as they say.
Do you know why he said it's a? Do you know why he said it's a dirty game out there? Because they took birds, and then City are going to take Bender. So he's saying,
yeah.
You get what he means, right?
You know what? I'm due to meet up with Hamza for coffee at some point, and boy, I'm gonna really nail it on him. I'm meeting up with
No, he's
coffee.
class, isn't it? He's class.
I'm meeting up
though.
with. I'm gonna meet up with Hamza for coffee because I think we still need to arrange that. And boy, I'm gonna really like ask him. So I was gonna say, guys, like, okay, for you guys, for you, Patrick, for you, Mateus, what do you think is a positive thing to get Pep Linders to be number 2 for Pep, or would you say it's a bit of a down? Because I mean, yeah, I have to acknowledge. Remember, I got to acknowledge. Remember what? Remember how he did as a first team, as a when he became #1 manager at Salzburg. Unfortunately, things went pear shaped and he got the sack.
Nah, bro, I'm all for it. I told
Yeah.
Patsy, I'm keen on him. Sign him. We need something
Yeah.
different. We need someone.
That will push
We
him.
need some. Yeah. We need someone who can train this way how to press it. Our pressing game is shit.
Yeah, I think if you think about what he did, like you got to acknowledge, like when he was Klopp's number 2, think about the way they play, think about the way they
Yeah.
press, where they were aggressive. I mean, do you remember? Did you Patrick and Mateus see his insight on how Liverpool beat Barcelona 4-0 at home? Did you see? Have you watched
No, I
it?
haven't seen it.
Watch
Send it
it.
to me. Send it to me. I'd like to
I
see
will
it.
send it to you. Watch it, and he goes into every single detail on how they beat Barcelona 4-0 at home in the
Yeah.
second leg.
Listen, look at Liverpool midfield. Wasn't the most technical midfield in the league, but look
No.
at the work rate. Look at the work rate in our midfield. Our midfield can't even put a tackle. Do you know what I mean? They're small. They win no duels. But if he's someone, and you look at the way we the midfields that we identify, like Morgan Gibbs, right, Reinders and whatnot, they are aggressive midfield, and we need him on the dressing room to actually improve this team. I'm keen, man. Bring him on.
Yeah, bring him in. Yeah,
Yeah, come
and
on.
bring him in. A different voice, freshen up ideas. I think
Yeah.
someone to keep Pep on his toes and someone to challenge him whenever,
Challenge
like,
him.
challenge him to make sure he doesn't put any crappy lineups going
Yeah.
forward.
Every time Pep decides to play Rico as a right back, slap
Yeah.
in his ball dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't forget the fact that he's Dutch. He can actually like communicate very well. Obviously, he'll communicate well with Doku, with Reinders and Ake, and that could definitely get the best out of all 3 of them as well. So that could that's definitely a plus.
Yeah,
on that.
yeah.
So if,
Look
plus on that.
at the input that Mane was getting, even Firmino.
Yeah.
It's like Salah in that
And
team.
Shaqiri, don't
Yeah.
forget how he got Shaqiri. Remember? Okay. Let me just I want to reiterate this. The front 3 in the second leg against Barcelona were Shaqiri, Origi, and Mane up front, and they still beat Barcelona 4-0. And the midfield was Henderson, Fabinho, and Milner before Milner moved to left back because Robertson got injured at half time. And don't forget, they were without Salah. There was no Firmino, and they still able to devise a Pep Linders and Klopp devised a plan to beat Barcelona 4-0 to advance to the Champions League final 2019. So Patrick Mateus, so this can only be a plus going forward.
Yeah, big up to you, Hong. Very good as always. I just wanted to say shout out to Maza. Maza, the only issue I have with your squad is number 1. I don't think James Trafford is coming to City to be number 2. I think James Trafford wants to be number 1 because he wants to play in the World Cup. Another thing that I'm not okay with is Rico Ruiz as a CM. That's just holding the CM spot. I would rather give that CM spot to Gibbs White than Rico Ruiz. But overall, your squad is good. The squad is very, very, very good. Very good squad. Big up to you and thank you very much again. And shout out to you for always sending me the input of stuff. Big up. Cheeky Bagestein, hope I'm well, man. Hope you're well yourself, man. Hope you're well. Such a lovely Saturday. After this stream, let me take a break, you guys, and you guys can find something else to do today. Any other questions here? Let me see if there's questions. Amy says, big up to the panel, big up to you. Is it true that the Kusanov didn't play because of an add-on fee of 10 matches? I don't know. I'm thinking it's a lie. But we'll see. The news will come out. The news will eventually come out. Pep gonna love Rico and Mateus. Why do you say that? Why do you think it's gonna say? You need to clip the inhaler bit part. I'll clip it. I'll clip Hamza's inhaler part. I just have to remember. Smooth chant. Yeah, he did well. It is funny. Big up to you, Mateus. Mateus, see you, man. Goodbye. We're about to end anyway, guys. Like the video. 150 per week wages for Calvin Phillips. Hoping Leeds will take him. I hope, Pat, I am praying that they take him. Because if they don't take him, we are stuck with him. We are proper stuck with him for a long time. It's good they will bring some freshness, energy, and younger coaches. That is true. Some of the coaches were we're getting too old and stale. Pat, I put the Tory thing in the chat. I didn't see it. Let me see. There's just so many. So many comments. You see, this is I remember when I was starting YouTube, I used to say this song. I was like, why do YouTubers always wait for super chats? I get it now. When you reach a certain number, there's too many in the chat. There's just too many in the chat. So that's why I see they do the super chats, because at least it highlights somebody, you know what I mean? Because if I'm looking at my chat right now, my God, I don't know if I've missed any questions, but I try my best. Let me see. Jesus Christ, we keep going. I already answered this one. We answered this question. We answered. No, Foden. Look. I'm going to speak about Foden. I think a lot of people are trying to pretend as if Foden doesn't exist. Foden, right, during his number 10 season, I don't know, aren't you guys go to Google. Just go to Google. Go to Google and search Vert's stats last year and search Foden's stats last year. Foden had 19 goals and a lot of assists. He beat Vert in stats. Like, both were playing number 10 last season, and Foden beat him as a number 10 in production. So people should be careful with this whole Foden. I get some people are like, oh, he wasn't that great this season. Some people say he's finished. You can't finish at the end of 25. At the age of 25, you don't finish. Foden came out in an interview saying he's having mental issues. He's been having issues with his knee. Guys, Foden is a star. Foden at his best. Let me tell you something. Foden at his best, you might see Cherky on the bench. Foden at his best, you might see a lot of people on the bench. This is all I'm saying. What do you think, Hang, before we close?
Like I said, Foden, like I said, I acknowledge that he's having some mental health issues, but I'll say this: he needs to get his head right, and sort whatever issues he's got off the pitch, because you can't deny, Patrick, the issues he's been having off the pitch, which I won't go into because it's none of my business. It's not a surprise that he has affected his performances on the pitch. Phil Foden with a healthy, clean mind will absolutely cook. Simple as that. And Foden, when he's having all this baggage in his brain, non-existent, sadly.
Yeah, that is true, though. And you know what? People have to remember that footballers are human beings, you know? Like, they're humans, and they will have issues. Even the same thing as Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is a human being. Look, he's had his personal issues, which we won't go into, but people should always remember that. And this is what I keep encouraging people. Remember that these people, they have their own issues, and they also need to deal with their own personal issues. So sometimes, when as fans we're just brushing people, because I have seen Foden is finished tweets, and I get so disappointed. I was like, how is he finished? Yeah, Kolo Touré has been great. Celtic, Leicester, Kolo Touré has actually been very great. And you can hear Brendan Rodgers when talking about Kolo Touré. If you want, go find the clip for Brendan Rodgers talking about Kolo Touré. He's very good in the dressing room, very supportive to the players in the dressing room. And yes, he won the FA Cup at Leicester. Jerry, it was at Leicester. Great stream. Thank you very much. Guys, like the video. We had 56 likes. Like the video. I am appreciating the likes. I'm not that greedy with the likes, but you guys, I appreciate the likes, and I've been appreciating you guys always supporting me, you know, and are supporting everybody on this channel. Hong is part of the channel. He comes on a lot of times. He's always been part of the channel. Adam is part of the channel, even though he's a fraud and always has background noise. Kevin is part of the channel. Kelsey is part of the channel. Carl is very busy at the moment. Professor Carl is busy. He's doing tournaments around America. He won a few trophies, by the way. He won a trophy with his other thing. He's been stressed because he lost some of his players, so he got very stressed. But Carl has become very quiet on our group, so he's just a changed man these days. He's very focused on his own football, learning from. I thought Carl will be back with shows. Mateus is part of the show. If you guys remember Pablo is still part of the show, but Pablo is a bit busy. Don't Smoke is also busy, but he'll be back. Veta Games, I've been trying to get Veta on the show. I'm trying to get Veta to do shows, but Veta is going to get back next season. I think you'll see more of Veta during the Club World Cup because he's in Canada. So the Club World Cup, you will see more of Veta. Kilkster has volunteered to do the watch-alongs for the Club World Cup because they're 2 a.m. in England and Ireland. So maybe I want to do those. I don't know if I have missed anybody, but that's the whole catalog of everybody. Big up to Conway, big up to Safe, big up to Profit, big up to J Fresh. All of us, guys have been being part of the channel. So and appreciate all the support, guys. The support has been great. Don't forget, these guys, they want to do a drunk stream apparently at 4,500. I won't be drinking myself because I don't drink anymore. So they'll be the ones drinking. I'll be drinking water. They can do the drunk stream at 4,500 subs. At the meantime, where are we? We are at 4,200 something. So 4,500 subs. I think they will do their drunk stream. Let them enjoy. Let them enjoy. Let them enjoy. But big up to all of you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and put your notification buttons on. So every time we're live, you can know we're live. No, I can't drink apple juice. I'm staying away from everything sweet. I'm gonna drink, what's that again? Carbonated water, whatever you call it. Yeah, that water, soda water, whatever you call it. But big up to you guys. Enjoy your Saturday evening. We'll see each other for the PSG and Inter final that nobody knew about. Hong, did you know about it? I didn't. It's until yesterday I saw Thierry Henry speaking in the clip. I didn't know there was a Champions League final today. That's how no hype it had. But I'm not trying to be salty or insulting. I'm like, I forgot there's a Champions League final today.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll throw in a watch along just to entertain people.
Well, I mean, like personally, like I think it's I'm not saying PSG and Inter aren't big clubs because they are. I just don't feel there's enough global recognition for both those teams. Sadly, if I'm going to be honest, I know they're worldwide, but I wouldn't say they're worldwide enough. Because I think if it was an English team in the Champions League final, you can bet your bottom dollar the hype will be so real. So I think that's pretty much why. If it's like a Barcelona, Real Madrid, City, an Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, they're in it. Then
even Aston Villa in the final could have made a hype because it's Aston Villa. But I'm sorry, I didn't know. Like, I'm not trying to be. No, I'm not insulting PSG fans or Inter fans. I genuinely forgot until I saw the clips, and I was like, wait. Why? I even saw another clip. I was like, why is what's his name? Speed, that kid Speed. Why are they making this hype? Why? I'm like, then why are Inter players at a training? What's going on? And then I was like, oh yeah, Champions. I saw the plane, the PSG plane, the plane picture they take. Players. I was like, oh my god, there's a Champions League final. Says you're not drinking water. It's the Red Cartel's tears. Big up to you guys. Thank you very much, guys. For the guys who got in late, just rewatch this. Don't forget to drop a like if you dropped in late. But Hong, appreciate you and enjoy your day.
Yes, enjoy your day too. I'm going to watch the final with no hate. I'm just going to enjoy it. Good football. May the best team win. And I hope, God willing, we'll be there in Budapest next year.
Yeah, we'll be. One more time for the Hamza clip.
We got Pep Linders. We got Pep Linders. He knows everything about Liverpool. We got Pep Linders. We got Pep Linders. We got Pep Linders. He knows everything about Liverpool. We got Pep Linders. Mwah. I love this game. Let's go. That's a dirty game out there. Let's go. It's a dirty game. Let's go. Bands for bands. We go for bands, as they say.
Wins tackles! In front! It's a title winner! Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying! Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!